Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the Tinmans Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tinman Taylor. Today, I realized I haven't told you guys any more of my recent dreams here lately, so I thought I'd get on here and tell you guys this one. And it involves me and my friends Blitz Rich and Bob the Racer. Shout out to them, by the way. I'll leave their links to their channels in the description below. But anyway, in my dream, me, Bob, and Blitz were in this cul-de-sac area. And we looked across the street and there's an abandoned, well, it looked abandoned because all the mobile homes looked like they're overgrown with grass. But it was a mobile home park area. And I'm not talking about like RVs. I'm talking about like, the homes that you could get from like Clayton Homes or some other modular home place, and some of them had like tow hitches on them. Anyway, we figured there ain't no trespassing signs around there. It looks deserted, so we all decided to head that direction. Bliss was driving his truck, so we hopped in his truck and drove down there. And we were stopping in every single house just exploring and looking inside. Now, in reality, we would not do this because that's somebody's property, and if somebody saw what's going in there, they might think we're trying to steal something and call the cops on us. But in my dream, nobody was around, so we walked up to the houses, and some of them were actually unlocked to where you can push the door open, and some of them were stuck. So my friend Blitz and I kicked most of the doors down, and we went into 10 mobile homes in that area. Some of them were still in good shape, and the other ones were starting to get moldy and falling in a little bit. But you would not believe the treasures me and my friends found in there. We were finding knives, like survival knives, Bowie knives, posters, like circus posters and movie posters. Here, let me pull up some images real quick just to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I was in one mobile home that had a circus clown poster like this, and this one, and the one right here. I said, man, if nobody's here to claim those, I might as well just go ahead and take them, right? And the knives that we found were something similar to this type. And in my dream, I found a Bowie knife that looked similar to this one. And something like this. But anyway, you guys get the picture. And we were basically finding those stuff in houses like in this picture and like these. But we just kept going through each one of them. Now, usually, if it's like somebody's personal belongings, you're supposed to leave it until the family gets notified and let them take it. But me and the boys were just grabbing them and said, nobody won't come around here. Might as well take them. But yeah, we were finding a lot of treasures in these abandoned places. I was like, I can't believe people let this stuff go. But then, of course, we were thinking, okay, somebody in the family died and they didn't want to deal with it. So they let whoever owns the property mess with it, right? We kept going through these mobile homes until we got to the last one. And we were filling my friend's Ritz truck up, and then my friend Bob had to go get his because we were finding a whole bunch of stuff. And lo and behold, we're inside the last house, and we heard a knock on the door. And we already shut the door because we didn't want nobody to see us if they came around, right? Well, turned out it was just a old guy, and he was saying, what the heck are you guys doing in these houses? And we told him what we were doing. We weren't breaking anything, and we figured that nobody was here because we didn't see no trespassing signs. Turned out he was the owner of the property with all these homes on it. And he said, well, at least you guys found some interest in it. He figured all the family members that lived in these houses just moved and left all these things behind. And he said they won't come back, so you're free to take whatever that's in there, because he was planning on getting somebody to come in and knock down these houses just to put new modular houses up. I said, oh, phew. I thought he was going to call the cops on us. But luckily he didn't. So we just finished exploring. I even found some movies in there too. Like some of the movies that you probably see in my movie halls. And then we got in our vehicles and took off. And then I woke up. I was like, that was a strange but a fun dream all at once, You know, me personally, I wouldn't mind exploring abandoned properties, but then I'm afraid of like somebody calling the police saying we're not supposed to be here. It's condemned, or it might have a bad mold issue. You never know nowadays. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video about my dream that I had with my friends Bob the Racer and Blitzrich. And like I said, I'll leave their links down in the description below, so if you want to check them out, by all means do so. This has been another successful installment of the Tinmans Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tinman Taylor. I say that's a wrap, and have a nice day, y'all.